day. Would you like to come up and introduce our speaker today?
All right, thank you, sir. So sometime over a year ago, I invited Mike Staubus, who's been here, but it's been a while, to come talk about a different event. And then he shifted events and he's doing something else now. So he's going to come talk about a brand new event in Stillwater called Dancing Turtle. And at that, I mean, Mike, by the way, if you don't know who he is, he's the guy who does all the is in charge of all the graphic design work at Stan Clark companies, Eskimo Joe's, Mexico Joe's, all that. That's who he is. So come on up.
All right, I'm going to have to get my notes arranged here. So if I forget something, I can have a way to get back to it. I'm going to, how about that? How about that? I'm going to, yeah, just to kind of spread a few of those around. There's a QR code on the bottom of these that if you want to know more about this event that I'm talking about, then there's a way to do it. First of all, Kevin, thanks for the invitation to talk today to this great community group. I have been here before. I was here several years ago. It's probably been 10 or so. And just for your information, I think I only went over by like 25 minutes or something. And so I'm going to try not to do that today. As Kevin said, my career's been in art. I spent my whole career with Stan Clark Companies. I draw Joe, my job. And a few years ago, I kind of got the feeling that I needed to have a little more community engagement in my life. So I decided to volunteer as a board member for the Stillwater Arts and Humanities Council. I served on that board for several years, and we had the opportunity to become the presenter of the Stillwater Arts Festival. I thought that was a great mix or a great combination. The Arts and Humanities Council could take that on. So we did. We did that project for 5 years. Had a good run of it. We had a couple of years where we felt like we were very successful at it. And then COVID hit, and we had a couple of years where it didn't happen at all. The first year COVID hit really knocked a hole in our budget because we had hired a coordinator, and we took a big hit on that. So it took some recovery, and we presented the festival again in 2022. The one thing about the Stillwater Arts Festival that happens is that the weather in April, the average wind speed in April is about 48 miles an hour. So that's a little bit of a stretch. It's actually probably in the teens, but it is what we learned was it's the windiest month of the year in Oklahoma. And so we had this crazy, we had combined with the Stillwater Community Center Foundation, who was at the time presenting the Stillwater Music Festival. They'd done that for many years and been successful at it. Many of you probably been to it and supported it in the past. So these two entities came together, Stillwater Arts and Humanities and the Community Center Foundation, to put on the 2022 festival. We got together, we put our heads together thinking, the way this will work is as a community event, a community partnership. I know all of you can relate. Most of you are involved in things like this where it takes more than one organization to put it on. So we decided to do it together. Well, once again in 2022, the winds and the cold hit us hard. And it pretty much knocked a hole in what we thought was going to be a pretty nice little festival as we were shivering to get the thing done. At the end of it, in our wrap-up sessions, we decided that we had this crazy epiphany of what if we moved it to a warmer month? So we decided we presented that idea to the city of Stillwater. The city of Stillwater decided that no, we want it in the cold month. So what happened? As Kevin said, at the time we had discussed this, I was a member of the Arts and Humanities Council. Well, the Stillwater Community Center Foundation had the notion that they could take on another festival. Maybe we just do another festival then. So we came up with this idea to put on a festival in June. And we decided we needed a name that was reasonably catchy. And that's how we landed on Dancing Turtle. Dancing Turtle, interactive celebration of the arts. The idea is to produce a broad event that includes all the arts or as many of the arts as possible. And I'll get into how many different things we're trying to do as we go along here. So we're going to move it from out of the cold and into average temperature 92 for June 16th and 17th for the Dancing Turtle Interactive Celebration of the Arts to be held in and around the Stillwater Community Center. The event takes place in practically every room of the community center, as well as the streets around. And it's going to include a whole bunch of things. My connection to it is in the visual arts aspect of it. I am coordinating what the traditional art show piece, which if you've been to the Stillwater Arts Festival in the past, we have a lot of booths. We have artists that are selling their wares. That's the piece of it that I am coordinating. And we have potters, sculptors, photographers, painters, and that kind of booth setting up. And that's just one little piece of it. The piece that the music festival people brought to the table was music. Now this piece is broad. We have got a lot going on. This team of Jim Beckstrom, Larry Stein, Dr. Mark Perry, who is he's the head of the music industry department at OSU. He's been here for a few years. Any of you have seen him, you'd realize, oh yeah, that guy's the director of the music industry department. He's got long hair and beard, looks like a musician, plays guitar, has played in a band and that kind of thing. And they put together a really robust program in music. We will have 3 stages total. One stage is the main stage, and it'll have kind of more main acts going on all day, Friday and Saturday. We'll have another stage set up under the breezeway, north side of the community center. And this will be your singer, songwriter locals who are kind of having the opportunity to have the stage for the day. And that will rotate all through the day. And by demand, we've been asked to do one more stage in the Lowry Activity Center, and that's the gym. That's the old gym inside the community center. Any of you have been in there? Super quaint space, just a really neat little space. So these artists that are musicians that are going to be around and not playing at the time, wanted a place for them to just sit around and jam, but there'll be also chairs around there. So anybody wants to sit in on that. Or any musicians? Surely there's guitar players, musicians in the room. Bring your guitar. Bring it up, sit in, and be a part of it. It's totally open. The word interactive is not by accident. We really want this to be an event that people can engage in, that you can become a part of it. Another section that we have set up is pretty interesting. Anybody seen School of Rock? Okay, School of Rock, pretty cool deal. We don't have Ned Schneebly, but we do have Jesse Tabish, who is of Other Lives, a Stillwater native, went on to form the alternative rock group, rock band Other Lives. And Jesse is going to head up a portion that we call Rock Academy. And Rock Academy is a learning session for young people. This one is actually, you have to enroll in it. I honestly don't remember exactly what the fee is. It's a small fee, and your kid gets to, you can, or it's for all the way down to age 15. And they can come in and learn. Just learn from somebody who's been in the industry and get one-on-one type of attention from them. So we hope that has some appeal to, again, interactive. That's going on. That one, it happens on Saturday, all during the day. We also have workshops that are going on in fiddle, mandolin, guitar. So if you want to learn, you want to sit in, try to figure it out, or if you have kids or grandkids that are interested in this type of thing, the staff at Daddy-O's is manning this piece of the show, and all this information will be on the website as well as far as when these things happen. But they can come in and they can take a session for free from the crew over at Daddy-O's. Those guys have generously offered their time. Another kind of a big piece. This one, in my view, is kind of big. we have this singer-songwriter masterclass that's going to go on at this part of it will happen at the Greenwood School of Music. And what this is we have Zach Malloy, Lee Thomas Miller, and Scooter Caruso. These may not be names that you've ever heard of, but these are songwriters. These are all three Nashville songwriters who are coming in, and they're going to offer a master class to anybody who enrolls. This one is $100 fee for your young person, yourself, anybody can sit in on these classes. And these guys have written songs for Garth, Carrie Underwood, Blake Shelton, Kenny Chesney, Trace Atkins, Brett Eldridge. So these guys are kind of heavy hitters in the industry, and they're going to be right here in Stillwater, and they're going to be available to for anybody to have a personal interaction with in these singer-songwriter master classes. This is done in conjunction with the Greenwood School of Music, and Dr. Mark Perry has made this arrangement for this to happen. So that kind of rounds out the music aspect of it. One thing I did miss, our headliner for the evening is Charlie Redd and Luna Voodoo. I don't know whether any of you went last year to the show, but Charlie Redd was our headliner last year as well. And you'll have fun. You come out if you're there Saturday, 6 to 7:30, only if you want to have a good time. If you enjoy laughter, enjoy a little bit of good music, then Charlie Redd will be a good show for you. Another aspect of the festival is dance. Again, trying to be as inclusive, reach out there and get as many parts of the arts as we can get involved in this show. And our good friend Kylene Walker Willis, who is the owner of Wildly Brave Dance. I don't know, have anybody ever been to one of Kylene's shows? Okay, Kylene is unique. She is a true artist, a choreographer and dancer herself, and she has a partner that works with her. And they put together shows that are probably the most interesting things you've ever seen. So I recommend that if you ever get a chance to go to one of Kylene's shows, you do it. It will surprise you. It'll be different. It's not what your kids have gone to for the dance recitals. It's a completely different thing from that. But what we're doing with the dance piece is, I think I can see all of you just joining the flash mob, right? I mean, pretty much everybody in here looks like flash mob type people. So we'll publish the steps. We'll publish the steps to the event or to the dance, and you can come out and check that out. I have visual aids, but I don't really know how to use them, so I'm kind of through this spot here. You kind of see some of the things we've talked about in music technology and the workshops, etc., on the screen there. Another thing that Kylene is doing is doing a thing called Outside the Lines. And what this is a session where she'll gather everybody who comes out for this piece of the thing gets to experience dance in a different way. So, so she's calling it Outside the Lines, but she described it to me as, okay, like for instance, the curb on the street, or there's a sidewalk that you're going to learn how to navigate this in a different way, like a dancer might. Like, okay, yeah, that's different. So the point of it is, all these are new ideas. All these are new things. Give you a chance to go out and bring your kids, bring your grandkids to do something unusual. And we're trying to bring something to Stillwater that will a little bit change the needle, move the needle. The arts in Stillwater is alive. It's growing. Dana's your wife, right? And she puts on the shows out at SHS. Incredible shows that she's putting on. My kid was involved in one as well. Greenwood School of Music. All these things that are happening in Stillwater, the arts are growing, but it's a slow process. We're not just a cowboy town. We got the arts as well. So we hope that you'll be able to come out and support these kind of new ideas. She also has a piece called Mindful Movement, and that's one where you can kind of learn how to learn about a little more about your body. Like kind of what I need to do right now is breathe, stretch, and that type of thing. And there was one other dance. Oh, and the street dance. In the evening on, I believe this one is actually Friday, there will be a street dance. What's a street dance? Well, it's a good question. I was trying to learn that myself. The idea is that there'll be some instructors there to teach a little bit of Latin dance, a little bit of line dance, a little bit of some basic things that you kind of, if you don't know, have never done it before, you might get a little brief primer before it opens up for just music and dance for the family. This is a wide open family event. This one was one where bring the kids out, have some fun. Yeah. And then the last piece of the dance part is a professional dance show. That's in the Winfrey Houston Theater in the community center. There'll be a professional dance group. This one is late afternoon on Saturday, and that kind of wraps up that piece of it. Oh, you ask about theater, you ask about film, you ask about industrial arts. We have all that too. The theater and film pieces are interesting. These are set up as contests. The theater piece is called caffeinated theater. And the idea with caffeinated theater is the teams enter, the teams we don't have very many of yet, but they enter. They're given a script, and the next day they present the script in a 5 to 10 minute presentation. The winner basically wins the entry fee. Whatever entries, if we get 10 entries, they'd win $400. So it's an interesting angle. We wanted to do a film festival. We will do a film festival in the future, but this is a way for us. This is just a way for us to get actually, I'm talking about theater right now. This is a way for us to get our feet wet and see if we can just kind of get some interest going. Just get people thinking about it, that we want to do something inclusive and different. You know, that this is not the usual old arts festival. In film, we're doing a project called Cut It Out. And this idea is you're given a piece of footage and you have 24 hours to edit this piece of footage into something artful. Same thing. You pay an entry fee, it will be judged. Winner takes the entry fees. We'll see if this stuff works. We don't know. We're giving it a shot. We're gonna throw these things out there. We're throwing it at the community. We're trying to get as many people to know about it as possible. If you can share the QR code on the sheet, that'd be helpful to us. Everything we can do to get the word out about what we're doing will help us. So thank you for that. Industrial arts. Now this part is, you don't think about it, but the thing is, art is everywhere. Everything is designed in the world. So the art of cars. This is one that we're going to do a fairly robust car show. We feel like we've had to reserve more street space because we didn't think we had enough space available for what the car club said they could provide. So this will be a Saturday event and should go all day Saturday. Probably we're thinking we're going to get everything from, I just learned it possibly as a Corvette show through the years, as well as just custom cars. The other piece to this is an antique motorcycle presentation. Will be there for that. And the other part is the Habitat. We're partnering with Habitat for Humanity. They are building little houses, they're little kids' houses. And they're going to be raw and simple. And then there's going to be a set of those. And people will come and teams will paint these houses as just an art project for the day. At the end of the day, these little houses will get auctioned off and all the money will go to Habitat for Humanity for those. So another kind of interesting twist on how to include more things into the festival. For kids, yeah, we got things for kids. Stilly arts. You can't do these things without partnerships. All these things are about partnerships. It seems to me that Neha down at Stilly Arts is going to put on a pretty robust kids presentation where kids can come paint, make art. And the idea she explained to me is one of the pieces I'm going to do, she says, is I'm going to black out a tent to where you can walk into the tent and paint with black light paint. You're gonna sling paint that's glow in the dark type, black light type things. This is a kid's activity. I know all of you are kids at heart because I know I feel 12 most of the time. So you can go in and enjoy the child and yourself as well. Of course, we have food trucks. Of course, we have craft beer. Hopefully all this is going to be a formula for some fun. It's June 16 and 17. It's at a time of year that, what else are you going to do in Stillwater, June 16th and 17th? So come on out. It's going to be a little warm. I think it'll be a nice warm day, but how much easier is it to put on your shorts and your short sleeve shirt and your sun hat and, figure out a way to cool yourself off? That's much better than the cold. So the last thing I want to tell you about is kind of an important aspect of it, and that'll help us fund the event. And we're having a VIP. This is a VIP event Friday night, and it's a meet the writers, the singer-songwriters or the songwriters Zach Malloy, Lee Thomas Miller, and Scooter Caruso. They're gonna put on a special meet and greet Q&A performance for VIP ticket holders. The tickets are $100. It is the funding device for being able to do this robust of a set of activities for the show. So think about it. If you just want to throw out $100, that's good too. We would be happy to take it. That will be on the 16th. That'll be Friday night, the 16th. It kind of takes place in the middle of the event, the evening of the middle of the event. We're also offering $500 sponsorships. Those get you tickets to the VIP event as well. The point I wanted to get to with all this, for me, and I know all of you feel this way, I know that, this is a community event. And this is about the Stillwater community and what it is and what its value is and how we value the arts and the differences in people, what the arts bring to the table for our town. Creativity is needed in every aspect of every business that all of you are associated with. The creative pieces of it matter. This is an opportunity for us to grow a piece of Stillwater that is already there. And it gives us a chance to just highlight it a little more. And so we're hoping this inaugural event, first time out, challenges, many, many challenges. We hope that you can help us make it happen. Every little thing you can do, just by scanning the QR code today, it'll make a difference. If you just go check out our website by dancingturtleok.org, maybe you see one thing in there that's interesting to you. And if you do, great. We would love to have you come out and be a part of it. Oh yeah. My wrap up from my notes. Help us get the word out. Attend. And possibly volunteer. If you have any time, you'd like to come out and help us out just a little bit, we have a place for that on our website as well. Buy art. Go to the art show. Buy a piece of art from one of the vendors. That'll help get more vendors in the future. Sponsor and attend the VIP event. It's dancingturtleok.org. I'm Mike Staubus. I can be reached at mike@staubus.com. I will answer any questions associated with Dancing Turtle. And that's all I have.
I'm ready for
That's not
questions, Mike.
over.
Hang
That's
on.
not overtime either.
No, it's not. You're good. I'm waiting for questions. Anybody have?
What about the t-shirts you have?
Oh, the t-shirts?
Yeah, can we buy those? That's cute.
Oh, I really should have brought my box of t-shirts in the door. Mistake number 23. I have them out in the car. I would love to sell you one. So I could surely go out and bring them in. And we do have these in this color and as well as kind of a heather version of this of white. So love to sell you one. $20. Yes, sir.
Obviously, you don't have very much going on this weekend. Well, my point is, a lot going on. how did you in the world do you coordinate all this? I mean, it's just beyond me to think of all these activities. You must have 20 different activities going on. right?
It's beyond me too, Scott. It's a group. Again, I believe the only way to make something like this happen now and in the future is alliances. So we formed alliances with the Car Club, with Stilly Arts, with Wildly Brave Dance, with the Shirar Cultural Museum. That's one of the sites for some of the presentations in theater. I know I'll be leaving out plenty. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go down here. I did leave out the Native American aspect. There are a couple of things I want to add. We're sponsoring, we have special prize money. We have $1,000 in prize money for Native American art and African American art. We just established these two themes. We're thinking, let's try something different. Let's try something. Let's see if we can get some people involved that maybe haven't been involved in the past. So we have these special categories. So if you know anybody who you don't have to be Native American, you don't have to be African American. If you have art that speaks to these categories, is thematic in those categories, then it can apply. It can be in the contest. And you can enter a singular piece for only $25. You get a piece entered into it. $1,000 in prize money. First prize is 7, 2, and 1 on the distribution on that. Also, we have workshops in Native American songwriting, powwow singing, Native American basket making, and then a fancy dancing presentation. That's Scott's car, I believe. That's not it. That's not it. I thought it was it. Okay. Again, this is also just to exhibit or to show the community involvement that it takes to put it on. And to be specific about your question, Scott, how do you do that many things is, I just got to say it right straight out. My friend Jim Beckstrom, who is a force of nature, without him driving several of us who, I had experience in doing the arts festivals with the Stillwater Arts and Humanities Council. And I had no idea what we were getting into to try to make all these things happen at the same time. But he can multitask. Not me. I can singular task. Barely get this done today, but so it takes a good leader, and I believe we have a good leader, and also believe we've made good alliances with people around town, and even within our own group, we've had to really learn how to work together.
See this getting into block 34, where they call it the perfect video.
Thank you for bringing that up. That's actually what led this whole thing to take place, is the idea of Block 34 being an events center. We don't expect Block 34 to be ready this year. That's a joke. And we hope that Block 34 might be ready next year. That's a smaller joke. But I think it's pretty likely that by 2025, Block 34 becomes a beacon, and something really super special for Stillwater and for events like this. So it's really made for that type for Block 34. Anything else? Happy to answer any. Thanks for having me. I sure appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
You bet.
On behalf of the Rotary Club, we believe in education and literacy. We're going to donate a book to the public library in your name.
Thank you
So,
so much.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
And best of luck with that. That's a lot of work.